Welcome back to American Copites, ladies and gentlemen. So after this season, you guys are probably wondering, why are Liverpool so garbage? Why are Liverpool playing like this? What's going on in the club in terms of transfers, in terms of players and everything? What's gone wrong? What's caused us to now drop down to Europa League? And some people say, it's not a big deal. We'll be back next year. No, 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 no. Cut the bullshit. And I know a lot of you guys are worried, and rightfully so. We should be worried. Because one moment is going from a title race to getting top four. Okay, a top four is fine. And then getting Europa League. Okay, Europa League's fine. And then we just find ourselves spiraling down. So I'm going to be giving you guys 4 reasons why Liverpool are in the situation that we find ourselves in right now. Starting off with the first issue, Jurgen Klopp and running players into the ground. I'm so sick of this guy. His tactics, his philosophy. Now, I love the offensive style of football. Okay, we at least we don't have a coach that just park the bus, throw him in behind the ball, and just call it a day. You know what I'm saying? At least we have a coach that's willing to be adventurous, trying to attack and trying to find solutions to our problems. But the way we play football, the unnecessary pressing, the stupidity, just pressing ourselves into oblivion. What happened in the Champions League final when Robertson's dumb self pressed all the way up the pitch, less space for Real Madrid to attack down that side, Valverde crossed the ball, and then what was it? Vinicius 1-0. Stupid shit like that cost us. We don't have to press. And another problem that this arises when we do this stupid ass shit, just keep on pressing for no goddamn reason, players get injured. We take years off the players' careers. That's the perfect saying for Jurgen Klopp. I'm going to say it again. We take years off the players' careers. The way we play, the way we train, we don't need to be doing all that to dominate and to win games. Maybe it's just my personal opinion. I like the style of a more Pep Guardiola. We're not running around like a bunch of idiots and actually playing football. Moving the ball. We wouldn't have to run as much if we just play smarter. If we just move off the ball smarter. But of course, that's not the style of football we play. We like to press so the opponents can make mistakes. But what that leaves us with, what I hate about our system, if one player, just one player, messes up the press, and then the other team is good enough to pass through us and get on the counterattack, big chance created. Because you already know Van Dijk, you know what I'm saying? With Trent moving into midfield, it leaves the center backs kind of spread a little bit. So there's a little bit of space for them to attack. And that is the issue. That is the problem we keep finding with ourselves. In my opinion, keep the goddamn ball and actually play football. Move off the ball. If you play football smartly, you don't have to do all this running. You don't have to be the fastest player on the pitch. Be patient. Play with urgency, yes, but play with a sense of calmness and patience as well. That's number 1. We keep pressing, we keep running, and then we're running players into the ground, and then we wonder why they keep getting these muscle injuries, and we wonder why we keep getting injured, and key players keep going, and then we start losing games, and we start losing player after player, and it seems like every other week, Ibrahim Konate injured. Every other week, Joe Matip injured. Every other week, Virgil van Dijk injured. Every other week, Thiago getting injured again. And we just got him back. Stuff like that. Pressing retardedly and stupidly. Klopp's tactics / running players in the ground, which leads into injuries, which leads into us being cut open in terms of tactics. Teams can just sit back on their laurels, and give us the ball and say, Liverpool, break us down. Knowing full well we can't break them down. Of course we can't. Because we don't know how to play football. All we know how to do is run. When are we most dangerous? When we give the team the ball, we press or whatever we do, and then we hit them on transitions. That's when we're best. That's why we don't struggle against teams like Manchester City as much. We do get cut up from time to time. We do get embarrassed. But we do get our own little wins against them too. Why? Because we kind of sit back on it a little bit, press them, put some pressure on our good players, and then hit them in transition. Just this past season, how we beat them at Anfield. From a free kick, got the ball, went on transition quickly. He spun Cancelo because Cancelo was high up, and then Salah scored that goal. That's how we beat teams. But when we face the smaller teams and we go against the smaller teams and we need to actually break them down, we need to actually know how to play football instead of just hitting in transition all the time, we get stuck. Or most of the creative responsibility goes to a Trent Alexander-Arnold or a Thiago or a Mo Salah. And then when said players don't get any help and can't do so, or those players are out with injury, then y'all sitting here, why are Liverpool like this? You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know how to play football. And if we don't have those creative outlets, it's pretty much game over. It's pretty much game over for us. So that's one right there. Running players into the ground like crazy for no reason whatsoever. When I feel we could play a more control style football, a less taxing and a less aggressive and, how should I say, it's fatiguing version of football. Just fatiguing the players mentally and physically. And then on top of that, which I'm going to get on to in the later points, we don't even refresh the squad so we can play this type of football. So, like, the whole system, we're just not doing things right. And then we wonder why we are in this position. Because of stuff like that. We keep the same players for a long time. Keep running them in the ground. Running them into the ground. Running them into the ground. And then we sit there and wonder, why is Trent not playing like he used to? Why is Fabinho not playing like he used to? Why is such and such not playing like he used to? We're not refreshing the squad. Plus, just running plays in the ground for no reason whatsoever. When in my opinion, there's a better form of football we could be playing. And we can still keep our offensive ability to score goals and do that. And I'm not saying you got to pass the ball into the goddamn net. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we need to establish some level of control and technical ability and IQ off the ball instead of just run, press. Because when I watch Liverpool, sometimes I watch this team and it looks like I just stop and look at the game. When we played Man City at the Etihad this season, we were just chasing the ball. Like a dog chasing a stick. Like a dog chasing its own tail. That's what we were doing. This is what I'm talking about, man. Sometimes you just stop watching Liverpool. It didn't even look like they're defending or pressing properly. Just running around like a bunch of idiots. And that's the problem. The tactics, the pressing, the running players into the ground. Whether we change the training regimen so we can make our players more ready for that type of fatigue and aggressiveness. Or we switch up the style of football and tactics slowly and adapt to a more sustainable style of football. Because I'll tell you this, man. This is not sustainable at all. And knowing how FSG operates, we're going to have to keep on buying players if we want to continue playing this style of football. And we know damn well FSG ain't going to spend no money on refreshing the squad. Because that's another reason. I'm going to get to them in a second because that's another reason why we in this position. Leads me into my second reason perfectly. Approach to transfers. Approaches to the transfer windows and to refreshing the squad and squad investment. The second reason why we find ourselves in this position. Now, like I said in the previous point, if you're going to be running players into the ground, taking years off their career, getting extreme injuries, at least do it right. At least refresh your squad once in a while. Bring in some new players. I'm not saying replace the whole team. You know what I'm saying? Send like an exodus, send 7, 8 players out and bring 7, 8 players in. Maybe the likes of Origi and Minamino and freaking Williams leave. We bring in 2 quality players. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? Hold on. Maybe a backup winger and a midfielder leaves. You know what I'm saying? We could bring in a Szoboszlai, who we have been linked with, but don't get your hopes up on that. But we have been linked with. He can play in that midfield position, and he can also cover a right wing. 1 or 2 transfers to refresh the squad, to keep the squad refreshed, will save you money in the long run and won't lead you to a position where we are in this summer, where we're trying to get everything done in one summer. And if we don't, we're pretty much messed up because every other team we're up against is strengthening and getting stronger each and every freaking day. 1 or 2 transfers spread out across the years. It keeps us at the top. It keeps us refreshed. It keeps some of the players' mentalities in check because these are new players. They see the project. They see Liverpool winning trophies. They say, "Hey, look, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of something great. I'm gonna work hard." Rather than the players, you know what I'm saying, who've been there, done that, and they're getting tired of it, and then they're getting second place all the time, and they're wondering, man, we keep getting second place, and then mentally that messes you up. When you just keep failing, and you keep getting second place, and it seems no matter what you do, you guys press, you guys win games, I do all of this hard work just to come up in second place. See what that does to a player? So that's why it's important when a player is feeling like that, or whatever the case may be, they want to leave, refresh the squad, bring in adequate replacements that can maybe a versatile player that can cover a couple positions around the pitch so we won't have to spend as much money. But since we didn't do that, since our approach to transfers is let 5 players go and then sign 1 or 2 players and call it a day, now look what we find ourselves in. This summer, Liverpool fans expecting the greatest summer of all time. We're expecting a huge incomings and a whole bunch of players to come in, and we're getting none of that. And then you're getting disappointed when that doesn't happen, and we're gonna have another garbage window. I already know how this thing goes. We're gonna have another garbage window. Everybody gonna be hyped about Thuram this, Kone this, Szoboszlai this. Lavia this. And then we probably end up with McAllister, freaking James Ward-Prowse, and then Mickey Van de Ven. And then we're going to be sitting here like, what's going on? Because the approach to transfers, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not like 5 players are leaving and we're bringing in a Barella and a Gavardio. You know what I'm saying? Players with quality. And I know it may not be as much, you know what I'm saying, as much transfers and as much bodies through the door. But those are players with quality, game-changing players that they come into the system and they improve this squad a lot. And maybe for another window or 2, you can rest on your laurels a bit and then wait till you recoup your money and then go get a couple more players. At least they give us that quality. At least they give us that star power and improve our team in a magnificent way and give us options. With their versatility, Barella being able to play box to box, being able to play as a defensive midfielder, or even as a 10 if we were to switch up formation or whatever the case may be. They give us that quality and that star power to go into the next level. So they may not be 3 or 4 bodies through the door, but they're high quality players that make up for that. And the reason why we bring 3-4 bodies through the door is because we can't afford those high quality players. So to make up for that, Liverpool sign great players in their respect. They're not garbage players. They'll sign like a McAllister. You know what I'm saying? So let's say we were going for Barella and Gavardio. To make up for that, they'll probably go and get like a Thuram, a Kone, McAllister, and probably bring in an Inacio. They kind of spread it out through multiple players and use multiple players to cover the cost of those 2 high quality signings. You know what I'm saying? Kind of make up for it so it's not as bad. So our approach to transfers has to change. Now, some people say we're sell to buy. I don't think so because we're letting a lot of players go on for free. And we could have sold them, recouped some money, and used that to invest into the squad, but we're not just doing that. I think the money we make just goes straight back into the squad, and further investment from the owners is just not going to happen. There was clips of them saying baseball players are expensive. And if they think baseball players are expensive in this highly inflated football market, we're definitely not getting the Jude Bellings of this world, or even a little bit lower, the Barellas of this world. We can't even afford a Barella. And this is my new saying. This is my new saying for Liverpool Football Club. So when I say this, calm down. I'm not saying we're just as good as Real Madrid in terms of history. They got a lot of prestige. But we have the prestige of Real Madrid, and we're run like Tottenham fucking Hotspur. Plain and simple. That is the best way to describe Liverpool Football Club. So if you're a fan just coming into football looking for team support, and you like those glamorous signings, those Barellas, the Jude Bellinghams, the Mbappes, Ronaldo's in their prime, all this $100 million signings, pounds, euros, whatever, this is not the club for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. This ain't the club for you. Because we have the prestige of Real Madrid and we're run like Tottenham fucking Hotspur. Plain and simple. That is the perfect way to describe Liverpool Football Club. Number 3, a weak fan base. Now, this fan base can't stick up for itself for nothing because we're used to being down in the dumps with the Hicks and Gillette era. Now, I just got into football a few years ago, so I'm not familiar with the Hicks and Gillette era. When I started watching football, I was the FSG era. I'm in the FSG era. That's when I became into football. I was into basketball for a while until I switched into football. And now I'm a Liverpool fan. So that's when I came in. FSG, when we're starting to pick up some strides and we were starting to head towards stardom. And the team was starting to get back. And so since we've been through that tough time with Hicks and Gillette, and then FSG came in, did a great job. I'll give them their credit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if somebody gonna tell me, oh, how are you gonna say you're gonna give FSG credit and then bash them? It's like this gaslighting to try to get you to believe and not stick up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? FSG in, they're gonna say, oh, but okay, if FSG leaves, who are we gonna bring in? And that's that scarcity mindset in Liverpool fans. That scarcity mindset. They're like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back into the Hicks and Gillette. It's like they're almost scared to let go. Even though they know that FSG's not doing enough. So you got a girl, whatever, you got a wife. Right? She's doing everything right. She's a sweet lady, blah, 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 take care of the kids and whatever. But she's not giving you, you know what? Yeah, she takes care of everything else, but she's not giving you know what? So there's going to be an issue. There's going to be a problem. You're gonna sit there and you're going to be like, does she love me? She's not showing me any affection. We haven't done it in a while. You're going to wonder. But instead of doing that, we got a weak fan. They sit there, oh, well, what are we going to do after FSG? What if we get bad owners? What if we did? That scarcity mindset, we don't live in abundance. We don't live and say, you know what, man? We're Liverpool Football Club. And if we were to get put up for sale, there'll be a whole lot of teams lining up, ready to buy Liverpool Football Club and ready to invest in this team and take it to the next level. I don't care what nobody said, there's always someone out there. It's that scarcity mindset that keeps them locked in, and that's what they do to you. They get you used to complacency so they can use that against you and be like, well, see, look at the Hicks and Gillette era. Look where you at right now. And that's how FSG keep you going. That's how they say. That's how they get you to go like, dang. Well, we did win the Premier League in our first time in 30 years. You know what I'm saying? We do the bare minimum and then, okay, all right, now that we've done this, we can kind of rest on our laurels. Now that we got out of the Europa League, they're like, oh shit, this is going to affect my pocket. It's going to affect our money. This is going to affect our business. For anyone that think FSG care about the club, they don't care about the club. From an emotional standpoint, they don't care about the club at all. They don't know jack nothing about football. They don't know nothing about football. Nothing about how it works, where we are on the table. They don't know nothing. Nothing. This is a business to them, and they're gonna run it to the best way possible. That is what it is for FSG. So, if they just get top 4, they're gonna be okay with that. But we as fans are not okay with that because we want to win trophies. We don't just want top 4. And you see what an issue arises with FSG? They do the bare minimum. And yes, it's good. It's not terrible. But then again, they won't do anything more to get us to that next level. They have no ambition, and that's a huge issue. And this is why you see a lot of fans going FSG out. Not because we want to start something with FSG, not because they're bad owners necessarily, not because we're ungrateful, because they lack the ambition to push forward and keep doing what they're doing. They lack it. Because they say, hey, look, Champions League football is good enough. We're standing around there. We get that Champions League money. We stay high up in the Premier League table. We get some of that Premier League money. And if we win a couple trophies, if we win a Champions League, if we win a Premier League, if we win an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Super Cup, Club World Cup, any goddamn trophy, that's just a bonus for us. That's exactly how FSG think. They don't think on the basis of, bro, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we got top 4. Yeah, we won our first Premier League title in 30 years. Yes, we got the 7th European trophy. Well, we want to push on for more. By the time we're done with FSG or whatever, some random example, we want to get 10 Champions Leagues. You know what I'm saying? We want to win 3 Premier League titles with Klopp, such and such. But that's not the case. And I think that's where you get the divide in the fan base, and you get this FSG in, and then you get this FSG out. You got the fans that think, okay, well, we've been through worse. It could be worse, which it could be. I understand their point. I understand where the people who want FSG in, or who not just FSG in, FSG out, they're just not bothered with FSG being at the club. I see where they're at. The problem arises when they don't want to push on, and it's to the point where we get too complacent, and then we get into the situation where we're waiting another 30 years for a Premier League title. So that's another reason right there. So we got run into the ground, our approach to transfers, and then this weak ass fan base that just can't stick up for itself and just keep making excuses for FSG just to keep them in the football club. And moving into our 4th and final reason, guys, of why Liverpool are in decline. The competition. The Manchester Cities of this world. If Man United get Qatar, that's another huge competition boost. That's another huge boost for them, because you add that Qatari money, that Middle Eastern oil money on top of a commercial giant like Manchester United that get money anyway, and have owners that are taking money out the club, and you get them some half decent owners that invest into the team and want what's best for the team, and are Man United fans themselves, and have the ambition, are emotionally invested. I'm not saying the owners have to be extremely emotional. No, that's what I'm saying, because that could be an issue too. But a little bit to where, at the point where they got ambition, they have love for the club, and they want the club to win trophies after trophies, because that's what keeps you at the top. So you add that into a Man United team, that's an issue. Newcastle, slowly, bit by bit, Tonali, looking to get Tino Livramento, small signings, bit by bit, those players are going to become a problem. Newcastle, Chelsea, 600 million. They were playing around financial fair play. And she's like, all of a sudden, they're finessing teams for money, selling players. A huge exodus of Chelsea players are leaving. And then they're bringing in Nkunku, Nicholas Jackson. Looking to get rid of Mason Mount. Looking to bring in Caicedo. And then you got Arsenal. Kroenke's just won the NBA championship with the Denver Nuggets. Probably making bank right now. They're probably thinking, all right, yo, we got successful teams. Let's push on. If we can make our Arsenal, we got our Champions League football, we getting our Champions League money, we can make Arsenal a problem. Havertz, they're looking to get Declan Rice, which City just dropped out the race for, and it looks like it's a one-way road. We have so much competition, and Liverpool are just standing still. That is the issue I have with this club. Because we do the bare minimum while other clubs that have been down in the dumps to say, bro, I don't want to be like this no more. I'm tired of finishing outside the top four. It's time to turn it on. And now they have the ambition to win trophies. While Liverpool just sitting back. Yeah, we won the Premier League, and then we just sitting back. That is the main issues on why we are here where we are at today. That's why we're in this problem. Now, Tottenham, I don't know what's up with them. I don't know what's going on with Tottenham. But like I said, my favorite catchphrase from now on, the prestige of a Real Madrid, not as much. Don't kick me. Don't be in the comments saying, oh, well, you guys are not successful. Liverpool is not successful as Real Madrid. I know. Calm down. Get off my ass. I know. Around there, 7 European Champions League titles. A lot of league titles. A lot of FA Cups and Carabao Cups. Run like Tottenham fucking Hotspur. A team with history and prestige. Run like a middle of the table club. That's Liverpool Football Club for you. So I'm not gonna keep you guys for any longer. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Am I wrong? Am I going too far? Let me know if you agree, disagree. Let me know down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe to American Cop Bites, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.